to talk about is this guy here. This is rough. If you guys don't know the story on Damar Hamlin's, this is absolutely insane. I saw this play and I was like, what the hell just happened? I wonder how good of a angle. I guess this is probably going to be the best angle. But again, I'm going to have to mute it and 125 it because you guys know YouTube likes slapping me. What up, shawty? So I get he's out of critical condition right now, but I want you guys to see this play right here. This is such an odd situation. It's almost like a fluke of some sort. Like, look at this. Oh wait, it's not showing it. Show the goddamn. It did show it, but it didn't look in real time. It looked way fucking different. Oh my God. I wasn't prepared for this one right here because I was just asked about it at the start of the stream. Essentially, he gets hit in the heart and he moved for a second. It looks like he was going off to huddle to go back in the huddle or whatever, and his body just paused and fell. And one of the players on the opposing team, the Bengals, he turned around and he points at him like, something's wrong. Because the way he fell, it wasn't it was like everything gave up. And essentially he had heart failure. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to risk it. I'll just risk it. Screw it.
From cardiac arrest during Monday Night Football, Alex Perez is in Cincinnati with the very latest. Good morning, Alex.
Hey, good morning, Lindsay. Hamlin's family immediately making the drive from Pittsburgh here to Cincinnati to be at the hospital by his side. The next few days will be crucial. Doctors will be watching him around the clock.
This morning, new details on Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin in the ICU, sedated and fighting for his life after that frightening moment during Monday Night Football.
I mean, that hit right there. Okay, that is in real time. That hit, I was like, that's a hard-ass fucking hit, no matter what. No matter what. But when he gets up, you figure, okay.
Overnight, Hamlin
they don't show it, of course.
Was at the hospital where his nephew had to be revived a second time.
His heart had went out, so they had to resuscitate him twice. They resuscitated him on the field before they brought him to the hospital.
Hamlin, officials say, suffering cardiac arrest after that tackle against the Cincinnati Bengals that ended with a blow to his chest.
That trauma at that exact moment of the cardiac cycle could precipitate a very fatal arrhythmia, literally by almost shocking the heart.
What triggered the cardiac arrest remains unclear. The terrifying ordeal unfolding just 9 minutes into the game. Medics and trainers within seconds rushing to check on Hamlin.
Now, I mean, she said it caused a critical arrhythmia. It can always be the adrenaline that helped them for a brief moment. Right, exactly. And that was the thing right there. Now, I don't know if a lot of you know about having like heart murmurs or, strange palpitations with the heart and things like that. You said reenacted? I can't visual. Fuck that. No. So some people have murmurs or strange worth a shot. Now I've already suffered that once, so I'm okay. I'm okay. All right. Yo, some people have those types of medical issues and things, and the reality of it is at that very moment he suffered one. Oh, I mean the fall. Oh, the fall. No, it legit. I mean, I wish I don't know. You can't see. I don't think you'll be able to see me. But he stood up. I mean, like, he stood up. He goes and takes a step, and then just out, gone, period. It's damn, but I don't want you to go to the hospital. I thought you meant reenact the tackle. Fuck all that. Fuck that. I'm gonna be the one like giving the head to the chest. But no, I really do want to find that. I mean, he stood up and it looked like he was okay. And yes, very highly possible the adrenaline actually got him back on his feet, got him moving again. But man's crumbled like, yo. It was like somebody threw a fucking brick at him right then. And he just went. It was fucking Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Oh boy, that just like crumbles down on the ground like dead ass. It was rough. And when you saw it, it was like, what the fuck? Did he hurt like his leg? Did he pull a hammy? Did his knee get fucked up? Man's wasn't moving. He wasn't moving at all. And then, of course, this is the scene that you end up with on the field. Now, one of the craziest things I saw behind all of this was people sitting there tripping about the game being canceled. You know, initially it was like postponement because they didn't know what the hell the situation was. And they were like possibly canceling it and everything else. And what's that guy's name? I think it was Skip Bayless from ESPN or something like that. I think he made a tweet at that point in time that said, what about the rest of the game? Sent vid? Okay, I'll check it right now. So it's one of those situations where I was like, bruh, what is wrong with you at this point? You're sitting here worried about the game, and this man, nobody knows what the hell is going on with him, possibly just lost his life. Okay, is that it right there? All right, hang on. Let's copy this and get it on. Because I really want you guys to see this. It's crazy to me the way he fucking got up. And I'm like, oh, he's cool. All right. The hit, I swear, when the hit happened, I did say, holy shit. Look, I mean, like, dead ass. It was like he got up, he hit the other dude, took 2 steps, 1 step to the side, and then that back step was, well, I'm going down. But then if you look at it right there, you can kind of tell he was kind of wobbly on his fucking legs when he tried moving. And this is where the other dude points at him like, yo.
Not what any of us want to see, and everybody's around him, and just hope that he's going to be okay.
Like, I dead ass was thinking like he gonna walk off. He's all right. He got that. Nah, that's a damn shame though. And it goes to show just how much these dudes put their bodies through. Put it in slow-mo. Go like 0.75. Let's see what. No, we're gonna have to go a little bit slower. Oops, didn't want that. Go like 50%. And maybe when he put his arm on him, he was trying to like pull himself up. Maybe he was already feeling it. Yeah, that once he tried moving that left leg, it was over. Yeah, that's a cold shot right there. But it goes to show just how much these dudes put their bodies through. That's why it always trips me out when people are like, you know what, I don't know if athletes deserve to be paid what they're paid and everything else. I'm like, I get it. Was 85? No, I don't think he was, because I mean it wasn't normally what you get in trouble for is like head-to-head contact, but that wasn't the case. He put his shoulder down, his head and his shoulder down, and if you notice where he hit him, it looked like it was more so here. The helmet hits over on the right side, but his left shoulder does hit right over on this side. Over on the the 85's right shoulder hits Hamlin right here on the left. But I mean, you think about all the force that's happening at that point in time. He's running full speed. Hamlin's going full speed to try, get the tackle. So what can they do to prevent this again? That's the problem. You can't. It was faulty chest gear, you think? I don't even know if that's a possibility. I mean, you think about the chest gear that you're wearing, and it does try to somewhat protect the sternum, but I don't feel like it ever really protected the sternum enough, because sometimes you would get those hits to where once you got hit, like it would knock the wind out of you for a couple of seconds. And in this case, it's very possible he just got hit at the right spot, bad moment. That's how it goes. But to me, it's one of those things, yeah, you are putting your ass on the line going out here and playing this game. I think you deserve to get paid what you get paid. Especially if you're bringing in the numbers that you're bringing in, all the people that are coming in and buying, the way the owners fucking get paid for it and everything else. It's like, yeah, you deserve to make that money. Because, I mean, later on in life, we've seen what's happened to a great deal of these athletes much later in life, especially from back in the day, who didn't even have as much or as good of protective gear as they have nowadays. The rules are kind of set in place now to kind of prevent certain things from happening that used to happen all the time as well, which of course were, major concussions and brain damage and everything else. It's still going to happen because, I mean, that neck snapback from, so many hits, smashing your head on the turf or on the ground or whatever the case may be, it still hurts. But in this case, this is just a bad accident. And if he does pass, would 85 get in trouble with the law for him, in a sense, getting killed by accident? That's a screwed up. Ooh, that is fucked up to think about. That essentially would be, manslaughter is what that would be. But I don't believe that would be the case. I don't believe so. Because now, what you're really going to have to look at is, I hate fucking going this route with it, but number one, you're in a game. This is the sport that you play. This is your career. And really, there could be no call for negligence in this situation because he's simply doing his job at this point. Both are. But then, of course, you look at physics in and of itself. Two fucking pieces of mass moving at, X speed, coming on some form of impact. That's just what it is. There was no dirty hit or anything like that. In fact, he was the defender. The defender. He was the defender trying to stop the offense. So yeah, you can't really put any fault on him for that. Said if you scroll up and read the comment I typed in chat, he got hit in the weakest part of the protective chest gear. Okay, yeah, the weakest part. So yeah, and that. But I mean, it's not faulty. It's just the weakest part of it. I mean, there was intent due to it being a part of the game, intent to harm each other, but not murder. No, it's not even intent to harm one another in a game. Like, that's that's the thing about a sport. You're not supposed to be there to hurt someone unless you're a fighter. That's different. That's different. And even in that case, it's supposed to be intent to entertain in that case. But, of course, you're fighting. You're physically fighting. Now, the possibility of you losing your life in a fight or something like that is much higher. That's what I was saying. Unless you're a fighter, unless you're a boxer, kickboxer, MMA, right? I forget. There's a delay that comes to you guys. Now, even in that sense, though, it happens. No one can be held liable for it. They can't. It is part of the sport. You are hitting people in the face, in the head, the temple areas, the vagus nerve, possible jaws being broken, ribs, crushing ribs, okay? Hitting people in the sternum, different places like that. Now, there's certain things that you are not allowed to do in those instances, like hit someone, in the back of the head or in the spinal column or even giving rabbit punches and things like that, because those can increase the likelihood of not just physical damage, but some form of mortal damage as well. So of course that stuff comes into play. But in this case, nothing I don't believe can really come from that. And I'm almost willing to bet that within a lot of the contracts and things like that, I haven't read a sports contract in God knows how long, but in a lot of the contracts, in the event of something like that happening, no one can be put at fault unless there was absolute intent. And then even still, like, insurance is going to take care, that's a mess. It's a mess. But like I said, I do believe he is out of the hospital. In fact, we can check right now. Or he's out of ICU.
NFL player.
Not out of the reminiscent of incident left Mass team dead. Oh, Massachusetts team died from something just the same. Well, I'm not seeing anything else. I could have swore I read something earlier that said he was at the very least out of the ICU now. Let's see. Now, for it to be an intent, he would have to go after that individual throughout the entire game only. Well, I mean, even that's kind of sketchy, because when you play certain positions, you are typically defending one said individual. Let's say if you're playing a man-to-man coverage or anything like that, same goes in basketball. Just depending on the way that you're playing at that point. If you're playing man-to-man coverage, or if you have a star on X team and you're the star of the other team, the defensive star on one team versus the offensive star on the other team, that's how that's going to play out. Now, in the case of it was back in the day, like the dude who picked up and slammed. Some of y'all will not remember this or know anything about it, but Jim McMahon, old school Chicago Bears quarterback. I forget who it was that did this to him. I mean, picked his ass up and essentially fucking suplexed him on his neck, crumbled him. But I mean, he got up, still play. He was hurt for a while, but he was still able to play later on. But they found out this dude had a hit list on his person of every single quarterback and other offensive linemen he was going after to take out during that season. On something like that, I can see intent being put into play. Even then, I think in some states, if you both agree to fight, it's legal, even if they pass due to you both agreeing to fight. Like in Texas, I think if two people tell the cops they're agreeing to fight, they can fight without them getting any charge with the law. Right, exactly. But then what ends up coming into play are the actual guidelines and the rules on, well, I mean, we talking about a fist fight in Texas. Y'all do shit weird in Texas. Texas, I don't know. But if it's like in a sporting event or something like that, there's very specific rules that are set in place. And let's say throwing them hands, yeah, okay, look, bro, damn, that's reason to move to Texas right there. I get mad at somebody, hey, yo, we're about to throw hands, all right? But no, when it's sanctioned, all of the guidelines, the rules and guidelines have to be followed within a sanctioned fight. Because if you do go outside those rules, so like thinking of MMA, you're not allowed to actually elbow strike from a 12-6 direction because of the amount of damage you could do. And if you're told to stop, but you keep going, I mean, of course, they're going to take points or whatever. But then again, if the ref doesn't stop the fight after they see you do it repeatedly, and then you end up killing someone after doing it repeatedly during said fight, well, not only are you liable at that point, but that fucking ref is going to be liable as well. And then more than likely, the actual governing body is going to be held liable due to having a ref that couldn't maintain the structure of the fight. Same in boxing. if you go and you keep hitting somebody in the back of the head, or you like keep punching them in the spine, 12-6. So yeah, a straight up and down. So you can elbow someone cross, but you cannot up and down 12-6, 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock. You can't do that. Absolutely not, because of the potential of greater damage, and in some cases, the inability to be able to stop such a strike. But it does a shit ton of damage. It really does. But yeah, those types of things, those can come into play right there when it comes to negligence, as far as in the sporting world. Well, what happened? That happens here. The cops escort the two people to the gym so they can fight in the octagon for individual safeties and others. Bro, where the fuck do y'all live? Bro, what the fuck? There's nowhere. Well, I mean, overseas is different. But here in the States, bruh, I wish I fucking would go up to the police and be like, all right, I got to go throw hands with this dude right now. We got to get this handled. Deal with this beef. All right, and we're going to squash it. And the cops be like, okay. Like, nigga, you getting locked up just for asking that stupid ass question. Get your ass out of here. We're like, wow. There was some other news out there. I know the whole situation with Texas and Washington. Just looked it up. Yo, that's. No wonder I wanted Washington State. No wonder I wanted to move to Washington State at some point in time. Damn. Maybe that's why. You can throw hands in Texas. Well, Texas also allows you to shoot people too. So I mean, at the very least, let us throw hands. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I like that. I kind of like that. You got beef, run it out. No shit. Alabama. Wow, that's interesting. I did not know that. I knew some weird state laws, but I didn't know that one. That's okay. All right. If I ever had beef with somebody, I'd be like, hey, yo, we going to Texas real quick, cuz. We going to Texas real quick. I do like that. All right, but yeah, that's it. Any other videos you guys want to check out? Anything else you want to talk about? Anything like that before we go ahead and get into some gaming?